Ladies and gentlemen, this week we got the reveal of Modern Warfare 3. Next week we are going to be getting the in-game Warzone reveal, as well as what I'm assuming is going to be some sort of gameplay reveal, most likely for the campaign, but maybe we get a little bit of multiplayer as well. We'll have to wait and see. But since the reveal has happened, we got a little bit more information, specifically in regards to the carryover content. And what this means is that there's going to be weapons, cosmetics, things like that, your blueprints, everything that carries over from Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3. And since this happened, I have received a ton of tweets, messages on YouTube, including comments, everything in between, where people are simply saying that this is just a $70 DLC for Modern Warfare 2. And I get where that is coming from. And in this video, that is what I'm going to address. I'm going to address both sides of it. The one side that is, yes, this is a $70 DLC, and one side that says, no, you're completely wrong here, and let me explain why. That is what this video is about. It's going to be kind of going against what a lot of people are saying, but I just want to get my opinion out there. I saw some other people make this video, including Exclusive Ace, who did a very good job on it, and I kind of just wanted to put my 2 cents into the debate as well. So that is exactly what we're going to be talking about today. And I wanted to start by talking about why this started to begin with. And if you didn't already know, way back in the day, this was like 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, there was a rumor that Modern Warfare 2 was going to be a 2-year game, where in the second year, we were going to get a big DLC pack that was going to include all of the Modern Warfare 2 maps, going back to the original Modern Warfare 2 from, I believe, 2009. Since then, it has come out that that is absolutely not the case, and there is a premium game coming out this year in its wake. Now, a lot of people need to understand this, and a lot of people won't understand this. When leaks happen, they are leaks. They are not information from Infinity Ward, from Activision. They are not confirmed whatsoever. And I'm willing to bet that, yes, internally, there was a point where they're like, okay, we're going to make this a 2-year game. We're going to put out a big DLC pack. And then the higher-ups had a discussion about it. And there's one thing that you need to understand about DLC in Call of Duty. And it's plain, it is simple, it is not good. It has never been good, and it is not good. Now, I get why people would be like, oh, I don't want to spend $70, but what you need to understand is if they release this in DLC, you would be paying for just maps. And then when you paid for those maps, the people who didn't pay for them would be playing in separate lobbies than the people who did pay for them, making, generally speaking, the people that paid for the new content the better players, and skill-based matchmaking just gets amplified. This was a thing all the way back in the original Modern Warfare 2. DLC packs came out, I believe it was like once every 2 or 3 months, and when they did, if you didn't buy those DLC packs, you could not play with people who had the DLC packs. It segregated the community, and it was a very, very bad thing, hence why they stopped it. Now, if they were to release this next game as DLC with an addition to the campaign, kind of like what they are doing now, it would completely segregate that. So what they were going to do, and when they stated that, I never thought that was a good thing for the community. And it also didn't make any sense because they've moved away from that DLC model. Now, fast forward to now, we have a completely different model where the game coming out this year is a sequel to the game that came out last year, which has never happened before within Call of Duty. And on top of that, weapons, cosmetics, things like that are carrying over. But the thing that you have to remember is that we are getting new maps. Apparently, according to the leaks, we are getting the Modern Warfare 2 maps from the original game being brought forward into Modern Warfare 3. New maps, new weapons, new story, probably new co-op. There's rumors that it's going to be zombies. And then, of course, that'll cross over into Warzone as well. So people take that because of the carry forward content and therefore state, this is just $70 DLC. Well, what I would say to that is, have you ever played Call of Duty? Like, ever? Every single year, I think you could make the exact same argument that every year is $70 DLC, but you don't get the stuff that you worked on the year before. This is really no different. Think about it. What is a new Call of Duty game? The new Call of Duty game is new weapons, new maps, a new perk system, new kill streaks, and a new setting. What is Modern Warfare 3? New maps, new weapons, with the old weapons coming back as well, so there will be more weapons, new perks, new kill streaks. The only thing that there isn't is a new setting. Now, keep in mind that if this game wasn't coming out this year, 2 or 3 years from now, this game would be coming out and it would be the exact same thing. This is not just taking the current game, moving everything forward. They're changing things. They're readjusting things. So is this just a $70 paid for DLC? No, it's not. And I don't totally get where that argument is coming from, but I will say this. The model that Call of Duty does, where every single year there is a new Call of Duty put out, is an archaic model. It is getting old and it needs to change. How it changes, I don't know. If you look at present day games, especially free-to-play shooters, they come out for free, new content is added. The game, how it is at launch, is vastly different than the game that is there 3 years later. They change things like maps, setting, weapons, everything in between. But it is free to play and everything is earned via cosmetics. And Call of Duty could absolutely do this. Keep in mind that they have $20 bundles that come out. They have battle passes. There's ways for them to make money if Call of Duty was free to play. And why shouldn't Call of Duty carry over every single year? I don't think there is anything wrong with that. Now, balance-wise, I am very, very worried about that. I do not know how they're going to balance a bunch of old weapons coming into a new game where all of the new weapons are level 0. You have to unlock all of the attachments, so on and so forth. I don't know how that they are going to do that. But I just want you to look at this from an outside perspective. If you buy Call of Duty every single year, you know that the next year is essentially a new DLC where you lose everything from the year before. Yes, there is a new campaign. Yes, there is a new co-op mode. Yes, there is new perks and everything like that, but that's what we're getting this year as well. Just the setting is the same and weapons carry over. That is the difference. So is it DLC? No, but what I think that they should do is, if they're going to continue this moving forward where weapons carry over like they are this year, the game needs to be free to play. But I don't believe campaigns should be free to play. I play a lot of story modes in Call of Duty. I make a lot of videos on story modes in Call of Duty, and I understand that they take millions and millions of dollars to create, to do all of the animations, to write it, so on and so forth. And those are very important things to Call of Duty. Without a story to a game, I don't believe it carries on the longevity. If you look back at a game like Call of Duty Vanguard, it had a really bad story, and all of the cutscenes in season after season really didn't make any sense. And because of that, I think a lot of players fell off because they just weren't drawn into the game. So I do think a new campaign should come out every year. I'm saying that it probably should be paid for content. And maybe upon completing the campaign, completing challenges in the campaign, you unlock things for multiplayer moving forward. So instead of releasing a $70 game every year, carry forward that Call of Duty year after year, it being funded by bundles and microtransactions and battle passes. But you also have a $20, $30 campaign that comes out every year, and then the raids can carry the story moving forward throughout, or even just the seasonal content can do that moving forward. Now, how can they do this when Call of Duty changes settings? That's a little bit difficult. If the next Call of Duty, like is rumored, is to take place in the Gulf War, how do you take all these modern weapons, modern kill streaks, modern things that you've unlocked and bring them into the past? It wouldn't really work. So I don't know how you do that, but there's definitely a way. And maybe with Microsoft being the new head honcho, maybe they can find a way to make Call of Duty free to play, bring more players in, make it carry over, and make the campaign the premium content that it really should be. This is my opinion. This isn't necessarily right. This isn't necessarily wrong. It is my opinion. No, it's not a $70 DLC coming out this year. It's a new Call of Duty. It just has the same setting 2 years in a row. That's essentially what is going on. But if you disagree with me, you can let me know what you think down in the comments. This is one that is kind of up to you guys. I want to hear what you guys have to say. If you completely disagree with me, feel free. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I want to hear it down below. I'm going to be reading these comments. I'm very curious to hear what you guys have to say. Let me know if you're buying the game. Let me know if you're not. I'll be reading down below. But if you enjoyed this video, you like this kind of more of a rant style video, it's very different than what I normally do. Normally much more editing, not just talking to the camera. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I want